Hi there, my name is Ayla, and welcome back to Green Hell. I am going to head towards Lambda 2 today, which is in this direction. I needed the climbing rope, which I now have, so I'm here. So I'm going to have to head east, I think, go through this cave area. No, I don't have to go through that cave. That's at the end of a waterfall, I believe. I think there were skulls in there and maybe some stones or something. So I'm going to head east and try to make it to this area here and see if we can get over to Lambda 2. So let's see where we're going. Okay, so we gotta head this area. I think we're gonna make it. Oh, I hear you. They're getting more and more active. Oh, we're going to have to head through the cave that I normally head through and then go to the right of it, I think. I think this is it. So we've got a waterfall. I think the rope is up here. I believe I've been to this area before, but I might not have been. I hear something walking around. I'm not sure what it is. Let's pick up this cuckoo nut. I can use this log to get up. I think last time I was here there were some tribes people. Those warriors were hanging around. Oh, there we go. Hold to climb. Getting to use it for the first time. Yeah. Alright. Brand new territory. Oh, this is like a stone circle. Oh. This music is ominous. Dialogue.
Mia, I found the Lambda location, and it looks nothing like our tent.
Then what is it?
Yeah, it looks like a place of worship, where the Ayahuasca imbibe ayahuasca.
Yeah, there's another bowl.
The map pointed to this place. Maybe if you find its owner, you'll learn how to get out of there. You just have to keep going.
I don't know if I can make it. And it took me so long to get here.
You can make it. I'm here with you, aren't I? And I'll be with you every step of the way. Just stay strong for me.
I will. I promise.
This obsidian blade is much better than my stone one. I have a feeling Mia's dead. Let's see. Turns out Lambda 2 is a sacred place of the Yabahuaca, where they make ayahuasca. Should I drink it again? I already know the recipe. I must make myself remember what happened. Find help. Explore the burned part of the map. Burned part. Is this place burned? I don't know what that means. What is the recipe for Yabahuasca? So what I need is Banisterio piscapi, which is the vines, and the red fruit berry bunches, whatever. So I don't know what this stuff is, but I'll take it. Malinaria. Make some bandages if I need it. Also gonna need a fire. Might as well put down the blueprint so that when it comes to making it, I can light it. I guess I had enough to make it. Great. Okay, so I need a big honkin' tree and some red berries. Uh-oh. There's an effigy. I'm about right here. I'm not sure if I should be going this way yet, but... Map, new location. Oh, I can climb. Right here. Okay. Well, now that it's marked, I'll just leave this for now, and focus on finding those berries and vines. Oh, there's one of those big trees. There we go. Okay, so now we just need the Psychotria viridis. So I need to look for a little bunch of red berries. Is this it? Oh, it looks like it. Yes. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. Perfect. Okay, so now I have to figure out where I am. 4425. And go back. 4425. Okay, I'm here, so I just gotta go basically directly east. Alright. See you back at the stones. Alright, I think we're back where we need to be. My dude is very tired. Wait, what? How did I get that? Did I like slip and didn't realize it? Well, I might just make myself a bed. There we go. There, that's good enough. Still want some daylight. Alright, so let's go back and we can make up our hallucinogenic ayahuasca and see what kind of trip we go on. Alright. Requires small fire. Let's start with that.
Bitch!
Burn, baby, burn. Boom. Fire. Okay. Here we go. Hey, kiddo. Miss me? Ooh, that's bright. Very cool. Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Don't know what you're saying, little buddy. Oh. Damn. Was that supposed to happen? I guess so. Wait, what is this? Some sort of like facility door. Is it a hospital? Am I in a hospital? What does it say? Dr. Higgins? Or Higgins, I guess. Shouldn't assume that it's a doctor. Looks very clinical to me.
Is this
Whoa.
my office?
Oh, am I Dr. Am I Higgins? Am I a doctor? Oh. So these are pages from my book. For the chapter on natural medicine, fungus found in the caves in the jungle one can find. The fungus used by the natives in their rituals can be found in darkened corridors of caves and has the following properties. A little studied species of fungus, it likes the cold and dark climate of caves. Doesn't grow outside of Amazonia. Its effect. Should I write about this? To do. Distribution, characteristics, how natives consume it, effect on people, talk about it more with Mia. The flora found in caves varies depending on the access to light. Most species are found next to cracks and crevices, within unobstructed reach of sunlight. Deeper in the cave, the light becomes dispersed, and ferns and mosses are able to make use of it. And in the deepest, darkest corners of the caves, only fungi and bacteria can live. They feed on organic remains, such as bat feces, dead insects, and plant remains. What about this introduction? A completely new species? Does it have a name? To do. Research. Comparison. Okay. So why are you so unsure about writing about it? Where am I supposed to go? Or am I actually supposed to? Chapter 3, Rituals. Religious rituals and healing ceremonies of the Ayahuasca tribe can't go without the hallucinogenic brew called Ayahuasca, which means liana of the souls in Quechua. Quechua? It's also made out of vine, more specifically Banisteriopsis caapi, which contains harmine and harmaline. These substances alone have hallucinogenic properties, but to access the full power of ayahuasca, other ingredients are added. Another vine, Diploteris cabrerana, with an equally high amount of psychedelics. Leaves of the Psychotria viridis shrub, and several other species characteristic of South America. There is no one determined recipe, which is why both the proportions and the used ingredients are chosen individually by each shaman. For the same reason, the effect of the mixture can vary dramatically. Details notwithstanding, the basis of the brew is always the Banisteriopsis caapi vine. First, it has to be cleaned and softened by pounding with wooden mallets until thin fibers remain. Plant material acquired this way is then put in a small cauldron of water and boiled over a fire. In the meantime, brews made out of other ingredients are prepared, each in a separate pot. Next, all brews are placed in one pot and boiled again until most of the water evaporates. The preparation of the brew normally takes all day, and the ceremony during which it is taken lasts all night. Ayahuasca is to be taken only in the presence of a shaman, who also serves as a guide. The effect of psychedelic substances usually lasts several hours. In that time, the participants of the ceremony experience a spiritual revelation. Amazing visions show them the purpose and true nature of the cosmos and the reason for their existence. Many people who have taken ayahuasca say that they experienced a complete transformation, and they intend to use the acquired secret knowledge to become a new, better human being. Few people have a bad reaction to the psychedelics and suffer from nightmares or even hellish visions. For most, it's a way to go through a deep religious experience and get closer to the mysteries of nature. That was a mouthful. The shaman can also put the participants of the ritual into a trance, which allows them to contact the spirits of their ancestors and magical beings, who offer advice and serve as spiritual guides. Sometimes the brew also gives the ability to see the future or tap into the collective memory of an entire tribe or even humanity. Some gain memories of their past selves this way. Vomiting and diarrhea are both important elements of the ceremony. Oh, really? Induced by digesting the brew, they are supposed to cleanse the body of negative energy and emotions, and quite literally expel them from the system. This may seem unpleasant, but both vomiting and diarrhea have an important medicinal effect for the people living in a tropical jungle, as they help clean the body of many dangerous parasites. Harmine and harmaline are practically lethal to these organisms. Although ayahuasca is mainly seen as a religious ritual, it's worth it to consider its medicinal use. Only recently has Western medicine started to appreciate ayahuasca. The first conducted studies showed that it can significantly help patients suffering from treatment-resistant depression, anxiety, and trauma. The effect of the brew on memory is truly fascinating. Patients suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder often experience amnesia, as they push the traumatic memories into their subconsciousness and aren't able to recall them. Those given ayahuasca not only reported regaining the lost memories, but also stopped experiencing fear and got rid of panic attacks. This is probably due to the fact that ayahuasca activates the areas in the brain responsible for memory and emotional reactions. It enhances the neuroplasticity of the brain and the process of neurogenesis, and triggers dopaminergic neurotransmission. These processes, in turn, lead to recovery of memory and memory consolidation. In the case of trauma, they additionally reprogram the emotional reaction and alleviate fear. The memory itself is intact, but the negative emotions associated with it are removed. It is true that the members of the Yabahuaca who take ayahuasca exhibit good spirits, calmness, and stability, and are better at social interactions. They also have excellent memory and concentration. Alright, so that makes sense why they would want to use that stuff. I think mental illness is a big problem, and anything to help would be kind of amazing, so makes sense. Among the many treasures of Amazonia, mushrooms deserve special recognition. They are an important source of nutrition for both animals and people, provided that one can identify the edible ones. A mistake can lead to lethal poisoning, but it's not easy to distinguish the unusual shapes and vibrant colors of the South American fungi. Let's start with indigo blue leptonia. A layman could be easily scared off by its intense blue color, after which it takes its name. In the natural world, such colors are often a warning: don't touch me, don't eat me. Yet the native peoples of South America are eager to eat them. Indigo blue leptonia is one of the fungi that are easy to identify. Young, fresh specimens have beautiful blue caps which become gray with age. Once smashed, the parenchyma secretes latex, which is also blue. Marks left by fractures or breakage have a greenish hue. They are not suitable for drying and are best eaten raw. They can taste a little bitter and aren't considered a delicacy. The species became popular among natives for a different reason: its natural anti-parasitic medicine. In the jungle, it's not always easy to follow the basic rules of hygiene, and sometimes it's downright impossible. Eggs of parasites can be found on unwashed fruits and hands, even in the water. One must carefully choose what to drink and where to bathe. Substances found in indigo blue leptonia serve as an amazing natural anti-parasitic, cleansing the body of unwanted guests. Yeah, I had already kind of figured that one out. Okay, let's see. Funkia, also known as hosta, is a herbaceous plant with heart-shaped green leaves with bright edges and small pendulous flowers, white or violet. At least that's what the funkia used by natives from South America looks like. Its numerous varieties vary in height, coloring, and shape of leaves, which can be long or round. This shade-tolerant, easy-to-maintain plant is cultivated in many countries around the world, usually for ornamental purposes. In Asia, people eat its young leaves and sprouts. In rainforests full of venomous snakes and toxic frogs, the visual value of this species comes second. The most important are its medicinal properties, which come from chemical compounds called saponins. Saponins have anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and antiviral properties. They make funkia poisonous to cats and dogs, but to humans, especially those living in the middle of the jungle with no access to modern medicine, they can be a real lifesaver. A bandage made out of funkia leaves works great for ant bite or bee sting. The substances found in the plant can soothe irritation or rash. In the event of a snake attack, one should consume cooked leaves and sprouts as soon as possible. The brew will effectively fight the effect of venom. Of course, funkia can also be eaten simply to satisfy hunger. The versatility of funkia makes it one of the most popular plants among the natives living in the Amazon forest. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know about that. I mean, I knew about the dressings. I didn't know you could just eat it. Cool. See if there's anything else around. City sounds. I don't think I can go that way, so maybe go back through the door. It might be a different door, to be fair. Or it'll just lead to a new place. Ooh. Blurry vision.
The book was quite good, but people aren't interested in lost tribes, deforestation, or global warming. We
What's
don't
the book?
think about such things until it's too late.
The Spirits of Amazonia. Jake Higgins. Yep, Jake, that's me. In his latest book, Dr. Jake Higgins. He is Dr. Higgins. Okay, I wasn't wrong. Dr. Jake Higgins takes the readers on a fascinating journey into the tropical forests of South America. Far away from the technological progress, modern medicine, and the comforts of civilization, he found the lost tribe of the Ayahuasca. Although this primitive people lives exactly the way their ancestors did hundreds of years ago, its members are in great health and shape and can boast high immunity to all kinds of sicknesses. Discover amazing indigenous cultures. Cut off from the world, the Ayahuasca created their own unique culture in which harsh conditions of life in the jungle interweave with deep spirituality. Learn about their unusual customs and social structure. Read about the local delicacies and marvel at the legends passed down over many generations. Discover the secrets whispered to the natives by their dead relatives during rituals that are not practiced anywhere else in the world. A lesson in survival. Can a modern man leave behind the comforts of civilization and start living in harmony with nature? Learn how to survive in extreme conditions, what to eat, what to avoid, how to treat a snake bite, and prevent diseases. Find your primitive instincts and follow the trail of the Ayahuasca. Who knows where this journey might take you? See, that's interesting, because if this guy wrote the book on how to survive, then wouldn't he... Also, I wonder if this actually comes up as anything if you use a rigamajig Q reader, whatever they're called. If this guy wrote the book on surviving in the Amazon jungle, then why did I have to relearn everything? Did it just really wipe out my memory that bad? Ooh, payment request? Following your failure to pay the amount of $70,000 owed on the loan you raised, I am requesting that you pay the aforementioned amount within 30 days of receipt of this request. If the outstanding amount is not paid within the prescribed period, interest will be charged and a case will be brought to court, for which you will be charged with the cost of court proceedings. Kind regards, M. Kimak. Ooh, what's going on there? Someone suing you? Invoice. Patient Mia Higgins. Uh-oh. Bill for hospital stay. Pharmacy. Total cost $200,000. Oh, so maybe that's what's the costs are about. Dear Dr. Higgins, since I didn't receive any response from you to my previous letter, I have allowed myself to write to you again. As mentioned in the previous letter, Amolu Corp is interested in several hypotheses proposed in your book. Namely, you suggest that the natives have access to exceptionally efficient medicinal substances, but unfortunately you do not share any details. Should you provide us with specifics, Amolu Corp is willing to invest a substantial amount of money to study these substances. I understand that you may be hesitant about this collaboration, but please consider how many people your discovery could help. We would be able, with your help, to save patients who currently have no chance of survival. You are in a difficult situation yourself. Therefore, you should understand the worth of at least trying to find new solutions. We can help each other and save many lives. On behalf of Amolu Corp, I would like to propose a meeting, preferably at the head office of our company. Should you agree to consult with us on this matter, the company shall cover all of your travel expenses. I believe we could all benefit from this collaboration. Wow. You gonna sell out?
They only care about themselves until tragedy strikes. People just don't care.
Okay, that popped up.
It
That door wasn't
wasn't
there.
any different this time. No one took an interest in them, unless there was some money to be made.
Okay, it's all the same thing. Letter. Dr. Higgins, I have read your book and I am mortified to say that no self-respecting scientist would ever write something like this. There are few communities left in the world that develop far away from the so-called benefits of technology, living in harmony with nature and following old traditions. They have every right to go their own way. Because of you, the Yabahuaca have lost this opportunity. Now they will be bombarded with attention from scientists, journalists, or corporations aiming for financial gain. Their culture will become contaminated, and we cannot even estimate the level to which their natural path of development and way of life will be disrupted. I find it obvious that you too have no respect whatsoever for their exceptional culture, and you are simply taking advantage of the Yabahuaca to win fame and fortune. What is worse, you are encouraging others to do the same. The tribe is slowly becoming something between a natural curiosity and the latest fad of pop medicine. This is disgusting, and you should be ashamed of what you have done to these people. Subsequent expeditions and disturbances will bring more harm than good to the tribe. I'm warning you, leave the Yabahuaca tribe alone, or you may face grave consequences. I offer no regards. Agnes Dabrowski X. Dabrowskis? I don't know how to say that. So, some people were not impressed, obviously, with Mr. Higgins, Dr. Higgins. Alright, let's go through this door.
You think I'm selfish just like everyone else, don't you? Maybe you're right. Maybe I should have just given up.
Oh, so Mia was sick. So he went back to get stuff to heal her? Maybe? So she was never there? I don't know.
Why are you here?
I know what drove us, but it doesn't justify anything. If not for me, you wouldn't have to go back to the jungle.
She wasn't there. So that kind of confirms what I thought, that Mia isn't actually at the jungle. Well, I thought she was dead, that she had died after we had arrived, but this seems to suggest that maybe she was never there in the first place. A mediocre book only for enthusiasts. Here is one of the greatest challenges of medicine: how to ensure that aging societies remain in good health. Our lives are getting longer, but the older we get, the more vulnerable we become to various ailments and sicknesses. In his book, The Spirits of Amazonia, Jake Higgins attempts to entice the readers with a story about natives who allegedly never get sick. However, those who have bought the book hoping for a recipe for a magical remedy are in for a bitter disappointment. Until recently, the Yabahuaca tribe lived in complete isolation. Jake Higgins was the first to find them, and supposedly learn their secrets. If that's the case, he isn't sharing them in his book. Instead, Higgins is skirting around the subject every several pages, assuring us with great vigor of the unusual immunity of the Yabahuaca, but failing to provide any details. He entices us with descriptions of herbs and fungi that eventually turn out not to have any unusual properties. Or he presents ritual medicinal procedures that to a reader with access to modern medicine seem to be bringing more harm than good. It's hard to say whether the author wasn't able to put his thoughts on paper in an efficient manner, or failed to encourage the natives to reveal the truth, or if this whole eternal health hype was simply a cheap marketing trick. We already know what's not in the book, so what is? Mostly descriptions of the everyday life of the natives inhabiting the jungle, who have no electricity or internet access and use primitive tools. While clearly interesting, their customs, culture, and religion are not as shockingly different from the ways of other similar tribes as to justify calling Higgins's expedition revelatory. One might feel compelled to ask whether it was worth it to disrupt the peace of this people only to write a book with so little to offer. The book can therefore be recommended only to those passionate about the culture of South American indigenous peoples and enthusiasts of long-lost civilizations. Without a doubt, the customs of natives cut off from modern technology can be fascinating to enthusiasts. The rest of the readers are in for a disappointment. Not a good review. Jakey Poo. Patient card. Yeah, let's see what's wrong. Patient Mia Higgins diagnosis: malignant tumor of the left lung, metastatic change in the right lung, metastatic changes in the lymph nodes. So she had lung cancer, persistent cough, hypertension, hyperthyroidism. She had a lot of problems. Conducted medical treatment procedures, CT scan of the chest, blah 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 blah. 8mm segments, okay, blah blah blah. Conducted surgical treatment, injection or infusion of anti-cancer chemotherapeutic agent. Further palliative treatment recommended. She had cancer. So obviously Jake went back to the jungle to find the truth of whatever their secret to not getting sick is, so that he could bring it back for Mia.
Mia, I didn't know.
What do you mean you didn't know? Didn't know what? Oh, and I'm back. Well, that was really interesting. So, through that drug trip, we learned that Jake didn't, in fact, come back here with Mia, I think, and that he came back to try to find out the truth about whatever medicinal secrets that the Yabahuaca tribe have, so that he could possibly cure his wife Mia. So I think that's good for this episode. We'll pick it right back up next time. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to keep watching this series, don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.